on board with him. A difficult stage, a heavy breather, as you had heard. Fastest at control point 1 was Yannis Vinters, 4th on the day. All credit to him. Also coming in, Cyril Desprez, where's number 2, finished 2nd last year, doesn't want to do so again, he says. Well, we've got a little problem with Bode Miller in front of us. Vinters is really going full throttle. He's riding 110%, and we're maybe 95%, but he's out there and determined. Vinters did have a loose seat, though. His bike really was shaking underneath him, and a few sort of plastic clips and pull tags. I can't remember what you call them. He did get it more or less settled down before he went straight back out there and started hitting it yet again. So did Helder Rodrigues, the Portuguese. Won stage 2, you remember, way back in Portugal at the beginning, proving that he could do it in Africa as well. Victory today by 44 seconds, clear of guess who? Mark Comer, wearing that number 1. Tremendous effort by the Portuguese, though. He's 6th now and thinking about a top 5 position. You'd have never thought that, even when he had success in Portugal. We thought it was local knowledge. Clearly, he's a rider and a half, and it suited the light bikes today, of which he has one, a 450 Yamaha, don't forget, and the sub 550 class, the production class. They shone today on the faster stages. Bikes built for it, just like in Portugal, I suppose, or nearer to it. As you can see, the dust was kicking up out there, though. Thierry Bettis wears number 85, finished 6th today, 10th in the overall ranking. He's on board the Honda, 2nd overall in the sub 550 class. And we're saying for the moment, it really is very, very dusty out there. It's hard to see what I'm doing, but it's also fantastic. It's wonderful that we're seeing such amazing things in this race. I'd just like to say hi to my family who are watching me on TV. They most certainly are, my friends. Well, Honda is well and truly back. Honda Europe have made a decent investment in this race, and that just can go up and up. They've got some great teams behind them. And Roger Harvey, of course, ever so closely involved with all of it, as he is with all Honda racing, motocross and the rest of it. Michael Marchini, also Yamaha 458 today, 9th overall. Super Production Machines, Marchini's 450 Yamaha, looking nice and skippy. Haven't said that for a few stages. 3rd overall in the 550 or sub 550 production class. Well, the privateers were out there and taking a tumble. Carlos Ambrosio was one of those. Lead Brit home, Paul Broom. Steve Malone down in 131st position today. Paul Broom 89th. And just a word on Mike Hughes. We saw him yesterday. It's his 4th Dakar. He came home last night. Broke a leg in 2006. He's only ever finished once. Born in Germany, raised in Britain. He's now an Aussie, which is why he sort of came in under our radar for quite a few stages, actually. Mark Comer. How good does a man have to be? How confident does he have to be? Well, fortune favours the brave. He was very brave early on. Remember the first stage of the marathon stages? He really went for it. He wasn't holding the machinery back, and that's what's put him in the riding seat and the driving position overall. Nobody can catch him, and it doesn't matter what Cyril Desprez does, he can keep finishing ahead of him, but he ain't going to catch him overall unless something happens to Comer. Today, in fact, he finished behind Comer, who was 2nd, Desprez 3rd. So the gap extending between them. It's nearly 55 minutes between Comer and Desprez in positions 1 and 2. A heartbreaker. Desprez saying, get that helicopter out of the way. It's kicking up dust and it's upsetting me. Quite right too. Head-on shots should be from the side. We keep telling the pilot. He doesn't listen. David Costier finishing 5th today. He's 3rd in the overall rankings. The water carrier for Desprez just keeps hanging around there and about, just waiting for Desprez to have a problem. Always finishes just behind him. Vinters between the pair of them on the timing sheets today. And Chris Blaise, a real stager, is doing a great job out there for KTM, the American. He'll be back most certainly. 7th today, he's 4th overall. Slipped up just a little bit in his drive for the podium. And Johnny Azevedo, 9th but 36th. Don't forget, after earlier bad luck, posted him 10 hours, or pushed him 10 hours adrift. Riding with pal Anders Oliveira, he said today, no reason to push. He's absolutely solid in 5th place. Oliveira, he'd have a lot of work to do to move up to 4th, and nobody's going to catch him from behind if he doesn't make a mistake. So you can almost pencil him in, if we dare say such a thing. And Ludwig P., police officer, broke a pelvis last year. It was nasty. Obviously a quick healer. She's the leading women's rider at the moment. She said, I'm crossing a village and I'm not allowed to go too quickly. It's 50 kilometers per hour. Chopper watching her and listening to her as well. That's the relay that you're hearing. 49th overall. Looking good. So what about Helder Rodrigue? Amazing. Portugal are back in winning ways with the Yamaha 450.